Hello, everybody. My name is Chanjoong Kim, who is in charge with the System Lab. I'm really glad to share idea about my works with you. I'm especially interested in the fabrication issue. When I started my practice in Korea, client wanted me to satisfy those three categories. You might be familiar with that thing. He wanna maximize floor area ratio and the maximize speed for the construction and with the minimum cost. That sounds a little bit greedy, but I would say that's a reality in Korea. Practicing architecture is always very dynamic. So in order to accelerate the speed for the construction, I prefer to research about the making technology that is not from the not based on the architectural field, but based on the product industries. The polycarbonate was the very first material I used before, and that actually is the easiest and fastest way to produce the multiple component at the same time. So I just keep browsing. I'm really afraid of the time limitation. So anyway, the polycarbonate stuff is a really good thing to complete the facade building system. And this is the showroom for Samsung, and it was done within 3 months from design to construction. So it's also made of the polycarbonate blocks. And I just keep. So using the polycarbonate was the really efficient way to finish the project within the limited time. And this is the MCM flagship store in Seoul, and that was done within 25 days from design to construction. So it sounds crazy, so don't worry, I'm not gonna do this again. So after this, the FRP, fiber reinforced plastic, is the strongest plastic in this category. And I've been testing out the various material that is from the product industry. And then you see the left side is made of FRP, the sort of the system for holding the glass. And this is the museum for the children. So inside there is the pod-like staircase. So it's also providing the rest area for the kids. And this is the KB Hana Bank. The site is located in the Jeju Island. It's a very windy island. So I tried to make the sort of the populated kind of the system as a part of a building, the core. Then it's also made of FRP, and it's a view from the elevator. So it's quite strong to hold up the elevator core system. Also, we use that thing for the furniture. And the steel making is the quite nice material to always the steel delivers the tremendously accurate result. This is also another the renovation project, and we also touched for the rooftop area. And the 3D bending the pipe is quite useful for covering up the core outside, and it goes all the way up to the rooftop, and then it's spread out to the rooftop area for making sort of the pergola area. So it's also very easy to handle, and this is just opened this year. The botanical garden in Seoul. So also use the 40 millimeters, very thick the steel plate for making the a main structure and secondary structure for this. Actually, we use in order to make this, the structure, we consulted with the shipment industry that is quite nice in Korea. So, and concrete. This is the material that is widely used in the world. And the main characteristic of this material is to dominate by the gravity. So sometimes it's really good to make a form like this, but sometimes it's really hard to control because, you know, it's leaking and very sensitive. So I'm gonna just show this is the office building. Also the structural facade that is carrying the structural stress from top to bottom. And we use the steel mold system for this. Okay, and this is the factory for bread and cookie. So it looks like it is, right? And so the fluidic shape is quite the useful by the concrete, but after this, I'm especially interested in another material that is actually starting from this project, the bank project. Everybody is using the mobile banking service, so every bank in Korea is struggling with the next future model of a bank. So nobody is going to visit the retail space for the bank. So this is the site, quite the regular building. So the order was very simple. The client wanna have a bank that doesn't look like a bank. So, okay, so after 4 p.m., the bank usually shut down in Korea. So after 4 p.m., the property is usually for the city and the city citizens. So what I'm proposing is to insert another core that could be open to the public for 24 hours. I would say that is the slow core in front. So the rear part is the existing core system. So the various contents will be attached to the slow core system, such as a cafe, restaurant, and the galleries, etc. And time is running out, so they always rush. So I decide to split the construction site into 2 parts. One is on-site, and the other one is off-site, means factory. So factory could be the second the job site to manufacture tons of the architectural component, and just transport to the job site and then put them together, and it's done. That was the scenario, and I used the precast concrete, but if we use just a normal concrete, then we will get the really thick layers of the concrete sections. So, and then this is the remodeling project. So if we make the 4x4 the module in concrete, then it will, the weight is going to be around 6.5 tons. It's really heavy. So I found the new material. Actually, it's not new material, but we use that thing for in the civil engineering field. Okay, so UHPC means ultra high performance concrete. So it's 5 times stronger than the regular concrete, and then it's not using the steel reinforcing by inside. That means we can control and reduce the size of the section of the concrete. So we just come up with the result like the 8 centimeters thickness with 1.5 tons the weight. So it's quite so successful. But the module is for the holding and carrying the disc inside that is rotating in every 1 hour. We need to have the 178 modules for this building, and we start making the open plan map for figuring out the series of modules. And Actually, we've tested out the five markups for making mold system, but it all failed. So we kept failing about making the markup. So very stressed out, and then we decided to use the sort of the composite mold. That is the steel mold for the edge, and the FRP mold for the surface to get really fine surface. Okay, so we made the prototype and then start manufacturing and then hang up to the existing structure one by one. So if you see the picture, then you will figure out how thin it is. So I'm gonna show you the very short movie. Okay, actually, I already, I had to finish the presentation, but just want to show one more short movie, the 3 minutes. So, please. This project is also made of the UHPC, but this is the very first time to pour all the UHPC concrete in the job site at one time. So because the UHPC is not using the steel reinforcing bar inside, so we have to pour all them, at one time. That was quite a risky project. So this is called the Cosmos Resort, a very small resort in Ulung Island. That is really far from the mainland of Korea. So really hard to get there. So don't even think about going there. Also very expensive though. The reason why I decided to use the UHPC for that project is I really want to make really light expression, because the neither mountain like that he's the owner of this island. So I didn't want to fight against with the huge mountain. So using the UHPC actually can make it possible to keep the really thin layer of the building, so it looks not heavy and very light kind of expression. Each room is actually pointing out the individual scenery. So it's not like having spectacular panoramic view, panoramic window inside. It's always focusing on the only one, the scene. That's the concept of this project. And also interior skin is like a perforate kind of skin-like a system. So there is no fixture like a lighting or diffuser or all kind of thing. Actually, the skin, interior skin, will be take care of all those environmental issues. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.